Hi, it's Chris with Implied Music. Do you want to degrade your audio? Is digital audio just too smooth and polished for you? There's lots of ways to do it, some great plugins, and of course, you can always just record to micro cassette. Let's take a look. In the old days, we recorded to tape. It might have been reel to reel, it might have been cassette, it might have been something else. I had a Porta Studio, a 4-track Porta Studio, and I also had 2 cassette decks, one named Sam and one named Dave. I'd record a few tracks on Sam and then play it back while I played something else, and I bounced it down to Dave. Every time I did that, I added tape hiss, wobble, various kinds of degradation. Well, the first time I recorded something with a DAT deck, I bought a DAT deck in 1991 and a stereo microphone, a Tascam stereo mic. The first time I recorded something with digital tape and listened back to it, I nearly cried. I could hear the whole sound field. There was no tape hiss. There was no wobble. The pitch was exactly what I expected it to be. Now we always record digital, and digital sometimes is just too clean. Let's take a look at what audio tape used to sound like. We'll listen to some of my old stuff maybe, and look at some of the new tools we have for degrading, roughing up our mixes. Here's what tape noise sounds like. This is right off a cassette that I pulled out of my shelf this morning. And when you recorded, audio onto tape using analog synths back in the old days, you'd get a lot of artifacts. Pitch would wobble. There'd be a ton of noise. Sustained tones wouldn't really sound steady pitched. You know, it was an interesting effect. And we can recreate that sound now. I must say, listening back to this track that I recorded with my buddy Roy in 1982, I feel like kind of stands the test of time. We were obviously influenced at that time by Eno, My Life in the Bush of Ghosts. I think had just come out. You can hear the Boston-based announcer Robert J. Lurtzimer cut up into tiny little segments in the background. So I've recorded a squeaky clean digital loop. Sounds like this. And I want to try messing it up. So I'm particularly interested in the new plugin from Arturia Tape Mello-Fi. You'll have to register for an account, but you can download it and get it. The presets are terrific, and basically it's a way of making anything you send through it sound kind of like it was part of a Mellotron, the old tape playback keyboard. Well, that's interesting. This is my electric piano, just the electric piano. And let's try a few more presets. Ooh, that's fun. Interesting. Let's bring the drums in. And the bass. Honestly, the noisy tape sounds just about right. Let's increase flutter and wow. Ooh, it's changing the pitch. It actually slows it down. Ooh, that's doing a really interesting thing to the stereo picture. And that often happened in tape in the old days. Check this out. Tape stop. Ready? Here we go. I appreciate that enormously. I'm going to turn it off. So another one that came out, I don't know, a while back is Cymatic Origin. And I've got to say, Origin's been around for a while, and my students really, really love it. It's a terrific plugin. Here, let's listen to some of their presets. This is their crunchy preset. And this actually does bit crushing, which I think makes a big difference. Broken tape, bit crushed. The knob can really give you that bit crushed sound, and it filters out the aliased frequencies, so you just get the juicy bit crushed goodness. You got to admit, that sounds awesome. The reel-to-reel knob will add a lot of hiss. A little bit too much, right? Origin from Cymatics, boy. I'm a fan. Bye-bye. Things are clean again. Well, of course, there are any number of other things. I think it's worth mentioning that just built into Logic are some really nice saturators. And the Vintage Tube EQ has a lovely effect. Here it's off. And here it's on. It does something quite nice saturation-wise. You're not getting any kind of wobble or noise, but I'm a fan. And there's probably something like that in your DAW as well. Well, the Soundtoys Decapitator is probably my favorite saturator, although there are others that I do use. But man, this thing just kills. And nothing sounds bad through BFG. It's off, and now it'll be on. Here we go. I put piano through this. I'm shameless. Well, explore your saturation options. Might not be the best choice for orchestral music, but for bass, any old keyboards, for drums, even for vocals in the right context, saturation, distortion, wow and flutter. Just a little noise can really add character and a lot of class. Well, tomorrow we're going to drop the holiday Silent Night subscriber challenge. It's probably up on Martin's site today. I think he was going to put it up today, but I've been sort of busy today, and I just wanted to get this video out to you guys. And do look at it. There are 25 contributions. It's a delightful roller coaster ride and a kind of a way of looking into just everybody's home. Lots of artists, lots of perspectives on the same piece of music. Just delightful. Thanks again. I'll just acknowledge we just hit 1,000 subscribers here on this channel. So if this is valuable to you, like and subscribe. I want to know what's going on with you right now. Drop me a line. Comments are great for the life of the channel, as I know you know. I'll see you next time.